Okay, let's continue with the story. I promise it's related to this. So I thought that we were in a public space and probably they just didn't want to say nothing because they didn't know each other. Then later on, when I went to university, I was observing a Spanish class, which is very different. Okay, it's the same that we do over here to observe English classes, but back there I was observing Spanish classes. So one of the students sneezed, and I was just observing, waiting for something to happen, and no one said, "Bless you." No one moved. And I thought, like, oh my God, this poor girl, she might be very offended because no one said bless you. They are very unpolite. I was thinking with my beliefs, because here in Mexico, okay, at least in the part of Mexico and my experiences, when someone sneezes, you have to say bless you, salud, Jesus, or whatever. Okay. So later on, I had the opportunity to talk to an American friend, and she said that it is not very common, okay, that it is the way it is supposed to be to say bless you, or whatever when someone sneezes, but that normally it just doesn't happen. Okay, only like very, very, very polite and old people say bless you. Okay, so now I have this cultural knowledge that if once again I have the chance to be in the States and someone sneezes, or if I sneeze, I am not going to expect anyone to say bless you. Okay, because that is the cultural knowledge that I just acquired through observation, and I had the opportunity of eliciting information of my American friend. So the next one, we have description of activities in relation to a context. Okay, it's just exactly the same example that I used. The activity is sneezing. The context is going to be different. Okay, back then in the States, well, it might happen, but it is more likely for you not to receive a bless you if you sneeze. But if you're in Mexico, even strangers are going to say bless you, right? But now, in the present, we have a completely different, something very different. Okay. In this new context, if someone sneezes, you might be terrified. You might think that you might got COVID or something like that. Okay. So it's the same activity, but we have to interpret this activity according to the context. Okay. And today is the context of a pandemic. So the next one, the list of features that constitutes a membership to a group. Okay, just the same example that I gave with the tennis shoes. Or you just pay attention to the group of friends that you have. There is something that you did. There is something that you share that gives you the membership to a group. Okay, if we go, for example, to a school, okay, it is very it is more visible. Okay, if you go there, you see that people have to wear the same style of clothes, they have to have sort of the same type of language, okay, in order to belong to a group. Okay, and patterns of social interaction we have in ethnography. Remember that this all belongs to ethnography. Okay, we have to observe the social patterns of interaction. For example, um, in your classroom, okay, if we go to that specific social group, you might have a way in which you interact with each other, okay, that you talk to each other, and a different way to talk to teachers, and a different way to talk to Cindy, and a different way to talk to the principal, okay? So there are certain patterns of interaction that we have to observe. And well, after everything, we can develop a theory. For example, going back to my example of the sneeze, that is my theory. If I go to the States and I sneeze, okay, and there is not a pandemic, no one is going to say, bless you, okay? And well, in education research, ethnographies can focus on cultural formations and maintain